Hey guys, this is Tim and this is Wrestling Unlimited, as it's Monday, and that means tonight was Monday Night Raw. As far as tonight's Monday Night Raw does go, what the heck was this show? Now, I'm not calling it a bad show or anything, because I enjoyed watching this show, but this freaking 2 hours flew by. I don't know if I'm still not just used to a 2-hour Raw, but it flew by. And then when that Damian Priest Dom match ended and all the post-match stuff was over, and you hear Joe Tessitore go, "Oh, we'll see you back here Saturday for Crown Jewel." I'm like, wait, the show is over? That was no offense to Dom or Damian, but going into it and while watching it, that felt like a top of the hour, there's still more to go, non-main event. That did not feel like a main event. And nothing against Dom and Damian, but just the way the match was booked, the way, they were promoting it throughout the night. I don't even think, and I could have missed it, but did they even once say this Dominic Mysterio versus former world champion match is the main event? Like, I don't even remember hearing that. I don't know if maybe I missed it, but it did not feel like a main event. And that show went by so quickly, like, holy crap. So, yeah. I honestly thought we were going to get more with Sammy and the Usos, because Jay walked over to Jimmy when they were outside and was like, "If you find Sammy," and then he's like, "Hey, look." And we see Sammy talking to Solo. So I thought the end of the show was going to be them finding Sammy and confronting him, going like, "Hey, we saw what you were doing out there." And then him maybe try to be like, "What do you mean? I wasn't doing anything." And then not say he was talking. I thought there was going to be a whole thing where, like, we were going to think we're supposed to be made in, I don't know. I'm now in fantasy booking for something that didn't even happen. But I thought we were going to get more with Sammy and the Usos, especially after seeing him talking to Solo. But we've got Luke over here with us as well. Luke, how are you doing?
Doing pretty good. Honestly, I had a pretty good weekend. It was unofficial Halloween, and this week is official Halloween. So it was like 2 weeks of Halloween going on for us. So that's pretty good. But as far as Raw does go, yeah, I thought it felt very quick.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the opening was good. I liked the opening.
Oh, no, I liked the show. I'm not saying I disliked the show. It's just the show ended, and I'm just like, that was it? Because, like, you would think for a go-home pay-per-view show, you end it with something to hype you up for the pay-per-view on Saturday. And, like, they did that early in the show. And then the main event was all building towards, I don't even know what, Dom getting the world title shot down the line. So
I didn't see that part.
Well, no. You didn't see Dom pin Priest?
I saw that, yeah.
Remember last week, Carlito was like, "Hey, Dominic wants a shot at the world title." And then Adam Pearce laughed and said, "You know what? Okay, if Dominic can pin a former world champion, I'll consider giving him a shot at Gunther in the belt." Well, he pinned Damian Priest, former world heavyweight champion. So Dom should technically, most likely, be in line for a world title shot. I mean, it's going to be a Gunther squash match probably, but still.
It's probably just going to be like a random Raw. Like, he's going to get a title shot, and maybe like Gunther's going to cost him the match almost.
Yeah, I don't know. But it just didn't feel like a good, it felt like a good Raw, but not a good go-home show. And I see Timmy Hayes in the chat say, "Reason why went so fast, a 2-hour show." Yeah, I already said that. But it felt faster than a normal 2-hour SmackDown. It felt quicker than a normal 2-hour NXT, a normal 2-hour AEW Dynamite. I literally thought we had an extra hour left in this show. That's how fast this show flew by for me. And it could be different for other people. But this show just zoomed by from start to finish. So, I mean, we'll get into all of it and whatnot here momentarily, but before that, I want to say thank you for joining us here. Twitch.tv/PWU Unlimited, YouTube.com/Pro Wrestling Unlimited, and podcast services all around the globe like Stitcher, Spotify, Google Pod, Apple Pod, Anchor, iHeartRadio, and so much more. Remember, if you are watching live on Twitch, you can help us out a couple of different ways. You can either help us out by hitting that donate button down below. You can help us out by donating Twitch bits in the live chat. Remember, you can also subscribe to the channel in one of two different ways. You can either subscribe with a tiered subscription, or you can subscribe with Amazon Prime, because remember, if you have Amazon Prime, then you have Prime Gaming. Also, remember right now, if you subscribe here on Twitch, whether with a Prime subscription or a tiered subscription, you will also get 1 month free of Discord Nitro. So if you like to, file share and have a better video quality when you're video chatting with friends and just a whole better experience on Discord than you already do, and for half the price, you could subscribe right here, Pro Wrestling Unlimited, $5.99, and not have to pay the $9.99 for Discord Nitro. Cool perk they're doing right now. Also, remember, help us out over on YouTube. You can help us out over there by hitting that subscribe button. That way you know when we go live, post new videos, and post to the community tab. Also, remember, you can hit the join button to support that way as well. Even if you can only support at the $1 tier, we greatly appreciate it. Greatly, highly appreciate it, whether that's here on YouTube as a channel member or patreon.com/PW Unlimited. Also, remember, another great way to support the channel and get your comment, question, or concern read live on the air is to either donate a super chat or a super sticker in the live chat. And finally, head over to the Epic Game Store. Head over to the Epic Game Store and buy something. They're buying a new game, whether you're buying an old game, whether you're claiming a free game or getting bucks or Rocket League, Fortnite, or Fall Guys, use our code right here, PW Unlimited, at checkout, and you will be supporting us at no extra cost. Right now, they do have their Halloween sale going on the Epic Game Store. That's really, really cool. Maybe you want to get Dead by Daylight. Maybe you want to get Alan Wake 2, Dying Light 2, Dead Island 2, or the Outlast Trials. Use this code right here, PWU NLIMITED, for all Epic Games and Epic Game Store purchases. Also, they got some new skins for all their games. Fortnite's got Michael Myers. Fall Guys has got some creepy pink pumpkin in a cauldron. And Rocket League's got some new Spider-Man and Venom car wraps. So you want to use this code when getting any of those, whether on your PlayStation, your Switch, your Xbox, your PC, mobile device, or your tablet. But with all of that, we got Monday Night Raw to talk about. As the show opened, Judgment Day and Seth Rollins were shown arriving at the arena, not together, but separately, of course. There was then a video package recapping Braun Breaker beating Jey Uso for the IC title, and then Jay's appearance on SmackDown, leading to the Motor City Machine Guns becoming the new WWE Tag Team Champions. And I haven't asked you about that, Luke. What are your thoughts on the Motor City Machine Guns becoming WWE Tag Team Champions in only their second televised night in the company and third match overall?
Kind of crazy, honestly. I wonder if that was the actual plan for the Lucha Bros if they were going to head WWE. Because remember, like, the original plan was for the Motor City Machine Guns to be in NXT. Yep. But once AEW like added time to Phoenix's deal, they just put the Motor City Machine Guns in that spot.
I mean, that's the rumor, at least.
So I wonder, like, if that's what the Lucha Bros were supposed to do.
I mean, that would have been cool. Now, here's my question to you. Seen a lot of discourse, more like AEW versus WWE kind of stuff here, where, like I saw one person go, people are praising WWE for putting the titles on the Machine Guns, but at the same time, people were, I guess you could say, crapping on AEW for putting Ricochet in a title match so quickly. Like, here's my one thing on that. That there's a difference here. And I know people are going to say I'm biased by WWE. I don't care. With Ricochet, he came in and was like, quickly, maybe like his second week there, was like, I want a shot at the International Championship. I want you, Will Ospreay. But didn't, like, he just beat random people. And I know this is going to sound super biased. He just beat random people, only beat a couple, and Ricochet or Ospreay was like, get more wins and we can consider it. And then all of a sudden he just, got a shot on a Dynamite. At least the Guns came in and were placed in a tournament to crown number one contenders. At least they did a number one contenders tournament. Ricochet, well, let me pull up Ricochet's cage match really fast.
I just sent you a tweet. Like, you can look at it like whenever.
Got it. So Ricochet comes in. We're not going to count that gauntlet match at All In, because that's like when you say someone debuted in the Royal Rumble, that match doesn't count. But he comes in, he beats Kyle Fletcher, he beats Sammy Guevara, he beats Mortos. 3 matches there, and then gets a title shot. But none of them were considered like number 1 contender matches. Granted, Kyle Fletcher is kind of being pushed as a top guy. Granted, Sammy Guevara has been around for a while, but then the Beast Mortos, So it's like, I think, and again, I know people are going to tell me I'm WWE biased, but I think the way WWE booked it was just a little bit better, because they booked it as they're coming in to a number 1 contenders tournament for a shot. With Ricochet, it was just, I beat a couple guys, now I want to face you. But there's been all these people here for so long that have more wins than you. You know what I mean? At least with the Guns, they came in, and this last I'm going to say because I know I'm repeating myself, they came into a tournament with all the other tag teams on SmackDown. And there we go. What? Jordan said they just announced a new match for Crown Jewel?
Huh?
Did they just announce a new Crown Jewel match? Oh.
Oh yeah. They did.
What happened to War? What happened to? Or however you do it. Breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. We got a new match announced. WWE War Games. We're gonna pull this up on the screen.
No, it's for Crown Jewel.
I'm saying War Games because I thought this wasn't gonna happen till War Games, but for Crown Jewel. For Crown Jewel. We're gonna pull this up on the screen right here. Thank you for bringing that to our attention, Jordan. The WWE has officially announced in a 6-man tag team match this Saturday at Crown Jewel, it'll be the original Bloodline, Roman Reigns, Jimmy Uso, Jey Uso, taking on the new Bloodline, Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu, and I assume Tama Tonga. Could be Tangaloa, but it could be Tama Tonga.
Okay, so here's my thing with this. Why don't they just do Solo and the Grills of Destiny, like in the tag team? Like, I get it, like Jacob Fatu, and
because Jacob Fatu is the best of the 6. I think Jacob Fatu is better than all of them.
I get it, but at the same time, it's like Tangaloa and Tama Tonga have been more involved than Jacob Fatu in this.
Not necessarily. I mean, Jacob came in a month and a half after, maybe 2 max. Plus, think about this. Jacob's done more damage and helped in storyline Solo more. He's taken out Paul Heyman. He's taken out Cody. He's taken out Roman. What has Tangaloa done other than punched his brother in the head trying to go for a low blow? You know? So
yeah, but those two...
Huh?
I don't know. Never mind.
So if it's Solo, Jacob, and Tama, I'm perfect with that. Unless... But based off the spoilers, this ain't gonna happen. They get Sammy on that bloodline, that OG bloodline side. But based off the spoilers from Friday, that doesn't get announced on Friday. Remember, everybody, Friday is a pre-tape show. Friday is a pre-taped show.
Yo, what's with all these pre-tape shows?
Well, it's because they're not going to be anywhere to do a SmackDown on Friday.
Oh yeah,
they're going to be in Saudi. That. I think they're leaving like tonight or tomorrow, because sometimes they'll leave on a Monday night or Tuesday. So they're leaving, I don't think, any later than tomorrow.
So I wonder if Raw was going to be pre-taped.
For when?
Next week.
No, the Raw crew will be back. So they're doing, well, here's actually what they're doing. They're doing the shows, the show from Saudi on Saturday. Then the SmackDown crew is supposed to be staying in overseas. They're going to do like a tour of Ireland and some other couple countries. So what is the dates for? Give me 1 second. I'll tell you exactly. So Saturday is the 2nd. From the 3rd through the 5th, they're supposed to be doing like a mini like tour of Ireland, and I can't remember the other place, but I believe the SmackDown crew is going to do that. The Raw crew's coming back right after Crown Jewel, and they'll be good to go for Raw. So next week's Raw, good. The Raws after the Saudi shows have always been fine. That's why they do the Saudi shows on Saturday. So no need to worry there. But yeah, Roman and the Usos against Solo, Jacob, and it looks like Tama Tonga this Saturday. We'll see how it all plays out. Moving forward with all of that. Give me one more second here. Oh, this is interesting.
The one I sent you?
Yeah, well, I'm going to read this on the air. Also, okay, hold on. So, let me tee this up for a second. So, Five put out a report basically stating that WWE told TNA they couldn't induct AJ Styles into the Hall of Fame. Then they had like, this may be why it happened. This may not be why it happened. This is what we heard. And AJ put out something today in the last half hour, kind of putting that to rest. We pull this up here on the screen where AJ Styles tweeted out, quote, "I'm still an active wrestler. I hope. I made the decision not to go into the TNA Hall of Fame, not WWE. I appreciate TNA, but I don't want to go into any Hall of Fame as long as I'm still active. My choice." So I guess Fightful, and I don't never like throwing shade on other outlets and whatnot, but I guess they got it wrong. And it happens sometimes. You get stuff wrong. I've been given information that I thought was super right, that I thought was correct, and then it ended up being wrong. So it happens. It happens. Sometimes you can't get everything right. But AJ said it was his decision.
I've been coughing a lot today.
Go for it. What happened?
I've been coughing a lot today.
Oh, I've been coughing a lot forever. But so basically AJ here is saying it was his choice not to go into the TNA Hall of Fame. They did want him. I think them doing Rhino was the better choice anyways, since they were in Detroit and he's from Detroit. But that clears that up. So I'm moving forward. No, Elite. Don't even start on the Meltzer stuff. Because trust me, Meltzer's more right than people give him credit for. And I know that firsthand. Trust me. Before we get back here to Raw, Esports Gaming Rules is the bit donation. Actually, Esports Gaming Rules with a subscription for Tier 1 on Twitch. Thank you for that. At 29 months. Also has a bit donation. 2 of them. He says, finally, WWE just put the MSG holiday show for 2024. Yes, they did announce that tonight. They will be in MSG on the 26th. I don't know why they waited so long to announce it. Very weird. He said, but does that mean it replaced the Jacksonville WWE holiday tour? No, those are different days. Different days. WWE will be in MSG on the 26th. Well, no. I'm wrong. No, it's going to be different crews. Different crews. I was getting it confused with the Orlando show. So, the Orlando show's on the 28th. That's different, whatever. No. They're going to have 2 different crews doing shows that same day. One crew, the Raw or SmackDown crew, will be in MSG. One crew, the Raw or SmackDown crew, or however they want to combine it and do it, will be in Jacksonville. That's how it's going to work. Just like they've always done. 2 shows in one night. Not an issue. And then he also says Roman Reigns and the Usos versus... yeah, we just talked about that. It was announced during Raw Talk. Gotcha. So, Jey Uso enters the show through the crowd from the concourse area. About 10 minutes into this show. Like, we already wasted 10 minutes. Jey said, been a long week. Lost the Intercontinental title. Had some Bloodline family drama. Then got some retaliation on SmackDown by costing them the tag titles. There was only one Uso I want to hear from now. And out came Jimmy. Jimmy Uso thanked him for what he did on SmackDown. Said they need to be together to take down Solo on the Bloodline. And said, we need to do this together because we the ones. Jey said, no, we aren't. We ain't the ones. And the crowd gasped. He said, last time we saw each other, last time I saw you was half a year ago, WrestleMania, and we were fighting one another. He said, lots happened since then. People don't get them confused anymore, which I haven't gotten the Usos confused for quite a while. Once they basically stopped wearing the face paint and like the just the long shorts, ever since they stopped doing that, I had no problem telling the Usos apart. Anyways.
Well, yeah, once Jay got his hair cut as well.
That too. Or when Jimmy started putting the red in his hair.
Yeah.
He did that for a while too. But no, I think like their facial hair stuff, and I hope this doesn't come off rude or anything. Jay has got a more defined jawline. Jimmy's face is a little puffier. That's all I'm going to say. That's another way to tell them apart. Jay's got the more defined jawline. Jimmy's got the little puffier face. That's kind of the way to tell the Bellas apart too. Bree's got the more defined jawline. And I wouldn't say like Nikki's got a puffy face, but you can see like she's got kind of slightly bigger cheeks, I guess you would say. But that's how I always tell them the Bellas apart. Because you can tell Bree by her jawline. Anyways. Jay said, I won the Intercontinental title on my own. But none of the titles top being Jimmy's twin brother. Jimmy went in for a hug and Jay stopped him. He said, they still got things to fix. This time around, they get back together. There are nobody's yes men or side pieces. They do it together as the Usos. Jimmy told Jay that Roman would be at SmackDown on Friday and invited him to SmackDown to squash the beef. Jay said, I'll be there. Before they could shake hands, though, Jimmy yells at Jay, watch out! And Tamatonga Tangaloa and Jacob Fatu attack from behind. Solo was shown at ringside. Fatu tried a running hip attack to Jay with a chair. The same one that took out Jimmy when he got injured and was gone for a while. But Jay chucked the chair at him. The Usos cleared the ring and hit everybody with super kicks. Adam Pearce ran out on the stage in the ramp, kind of like, hey, you guys get back. Don't do this. We're not doing this here. We're not fighting. And kind of squashed it all. So, hot start to tonight's Monday Night Raw. What'd you think?
I thought the opening was pretty good. Mm-hmm. I liked it.
Yeah,
give me Usos versus Guerrillas of Destiny, which I know that's not really their names in WWE, but still, like they're Guerrillas of Destiny to me forever.
I just call them now the Tongans.
No, for me, like they will always be like Guerrillas of Destiny.
Oh no, I get it. But here's the thing. It's like, yeah, that match would probably be pretty good. But and nothing against Tongaloa. He's just not the same these last like 3 years. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's his injuries that he's had or what, but he's slower and he's just off. I don't know.
It's probably just the injuries.
So an angry Adam Pearce was on the phone with Nick Aldis, berating him for allowing the Bloodline to appear on Raw because they only agreed to Jimmy being here tonight. Pearce told him to control your damn roster. And I'm like, okay, so I get where Adam Pearce is coming from, but where's Nick Aldis right now? At home in Nashville? He ain't watching where the Bloodline are. He don't got security following them around 24/7. He don't know what they're doing at all times. What does he want? Life 360 apps on their phones so that way he can track where they are everywhere? So it's like, I get why Adam Pearce is mad and telling Nick Aldis, they're your roster members, get control of them, but I don't know. They're going to be pissed off. Okay, got it. Adam Pearce is kind of hypocritical here now that I think about it. Nick Aldis didn't call him bitching and moaning and screaming that Jey Uso ruined his tag title match in the main event of SmackDown, did he?
No.
I mean, not that we saw, at least. But still, it's kind of the same thing. Actually, maybe worse. So, Judgment Day showed up. Pearce was low on patience. So he quickly informed Dominic, you're going to fight Damian Priest tonight. But again, Never said that it was the main event that I heard. Carlito goes, well, that's not cool. And then Pierce walked away. Dom wasn't worried, though, because he knew all of Damian's tricks. Balor tried to warn him that Priest was called punishment for a reason. I like bringing that nickname back. I like that. Dom urged them to believe in him. He told them that he could become world champion. And then planned on going out there alone to prove this. They all got behind him, except for Finn, who was kind of like, yeah, gonna need some help there, bud. And yeah, Balor left by himself, it looked like he walked away while they were all kind of just like still talking with Dom. Again, never heard them call this the main event, so I was not expecting this to be the main event. They had a 10-minute match. It was Sheamus and Ludwig Kaiser. It went like 3 minutes and then went to a break. Once we came back, we had a few minutes left. Sheamus hit 10 beats of the Bowdrin and a flying clothesline for a 2. Kaiser followed it up with a powerbomb and a knee strike for a 2. A hard knee. That knee looked like it connected. Then exchanged some strikes until Sheamus hit a knee strike and a brogue kick, kind of out of nowhere back to back, and pinned Kaiser to pick up the victory. Now, knowing where SmackDown is going this Friday, I don't know if I would have booked this match because Kaiser is actually in a big high-profile match. But I don't like that he got beat tonight by Sheamus. Just my opinion, though. Like, he's in that match where it's him and Gunther versus Cody and Randy. And it's like, oh. Now Kaiser's going in there looking even lesser than he already did because he looked like the weakest link of the match. Now he looks even weaker coming off of the Sheamus loss. What'd you think of the match and so forth? Uh-oh, I think Luke is frozen. I think we lost Luke. Give me 1 second, guys.
Fine, but I do get what you're saying, though.
Hold up. You were frozen there. I missed everything you said. Uh-oh, I think he's frozen again. Can you hear me? Hello. I think we lost Luke. I'm gonna let him know he's frozen. Hopefully he sees the message. Oh, I heard something. All right, we're gonna wait for Luke to maybe restart his Discord. Yeah, he's restarting his Discord. Okay, so yeah, Sunday they're gonna be in Timmy Hayes. I said Ireland. Sunday they're gonna be in Dublin, Ireland. I said the tour kicks off in Ireland on the 3rd, which is Sunday, Timmy Hayes. So don't try to correct me, and I hope this doesn't come off rude, but don't try to correct me when I know what I'm talking about, bruh. I said that they're gonna start in Ireland. Sunday, November 3rd, Dublin, Ireland. Monday, November 4th, London, England. So there is no Raw. Well, this is interesting. There's no Raw set for next Monday on the list. Monday the 4th. They don't have a Raw. They just have a WWE live event from that's a change. Because they did have a Raw listed on there last time I looked. I don't remember where. But they did. That's interesting. Okay. What did you think of the Sheamus Ludwig match? Because we didn't hear anything you said.
I mean, the match was good, but I do get where you're coming from as far as like not wanting Ludwig to lose.
Because if you got him booked in this big, match on SmackDown, like Sheamus couldn't have lost. Like what are we doing here about Sheamus? Why does Sheamus need the win? You know what I mean? Sheamus can take the loss and be fine. You can just go have him lose here, win a match next week, and then it'll all be good. I'm going to look something up really fast. Monday Night Raw Number 4 2024. So next week's Raw, because unless they're filming doing a double taping tonight, which I wasn't aware of. Hold on. Let's double check on this. Whoa. You're not typing Raw tapings into the Twitter chat or Twitter search. You're going to get some. I can't show that stuff. Oof.
What?
You don't want to know. Don't put Raw tapings in Twitter.
Well, now you're making me want to type it.
No, you don't. No, you don't. Yeah. So I am seeing. No, that can't be right. Raw may be from Saudi next Monday, is what one person's reporting. I don't believe that one.
I don't see any.
Because I know.
Like, are you going latest or topped?
Oh, I just typed it into the search. I didn't filter it by anything. But I do know that
I don't see anything.
Well, it came up for me. Anyways, I do know.
Did you put WWE Raw tapings or just Raw tapings?
Raw tapings. No WWE. But I do know that advertised for the live event next week is the SmackDown crew, not the Raw crew. So, we'll see. That's an interesting one. I'm going to send out a tweet. There is no Raw listed on WWE's schedule for next SmackDown. Crew looks to be in London for a live event. Where is Raw taking place from on November 4th? I'm also going to send a message to somebody that I might be able to get a answer back from. Actually, I'll just send them this tweet. Be like, hey, answer this question. Can you figure this out for me? From on November 4th. All right. I'm going to send them the tweet and be like, hey, do you know anything here? Like, 'cause I know people that work backstage within WWE, so I could be like, hey, are you scheduled to be anywhere next Monday? All right. Anyways, back to Monday Night Raw.
There's nothing wrong on the Twitter for Raw tapings. At least on mine, and it doesn't show anything bad.
Hold the phone then. Hold on.
Like I don't see anything bad.
Hold on. Now it's not coming up for me anymore. Unless I spelt it wrong.
You probably just spelt it wrong.
Unless I spelt something wrong. Yeah, unless I spelt something wrong. Because I was getting some. Oof. Can't show that on YouTube. Can't show that on Twitch. But anyways, back to Raw. Or as Raw, moving forward, we got a Rhea Ripley video. This is a really good video. Talking about, her history with Raquel and Liv. She admitted to making mistakes in the past. She said that these two women now deserve the beating they've gotten from her and they're gonna get, and that you will have to kill her to stop her. Is basically what they said. You will have to kill me to stop me. So then the Usos bumped into Sami Zayn backstage. Zayn and Jay shook hands. Zayn wanted to speak with Jay alone, no Jimmy. Jimmy and Zayn got face to face before Jay asked Jimmy, "Hey, leave, I got this." And he did. Zayn asked Jay if everything was suddenly cool with him, Jimmy, and Roman. Jay said, "Solo, you might be the worst of all of them, worse than Roman." And Sami gets very serious here. Sami says, "Solo wasn't the one who mentally got in your head for years and made you jump through hoops to prove yourself to your own dang family." Sami said, "Jay didn't have to choose between the lesser of two evils. He doesn't even have to get involved anymore. It's not his fight." Zayn didn't understand why he felt like he had to get involved. Jay said, "You don't understand, Sami. You don't understand because you ain't family, Oos." And Jay walked away, and I said, "Oof, that's a rough one. That's a rough one, brother." So yeah, he said, "You ain't family, Oos." What'd you take from this?
That's kind of like, jeez. But I think it's eventually just going to lead to just Sami like helping out the original Bloodline.
Oh yeah, no, it's wholeheartedly gonna be. Oh, it came back up again. It's all wholeheartedly gonna be. Yeah, that's what it's gonna be. It's gonna be Sami getting involved with all of them, eventually wanting to help Jimmy and this and that and so forth.
Like what came up again? The Raw tapings.
Bad stuff. Also, esports gaming rules. Thank you for the bit donation. I'm not going to read it unconfirmed. Can you send a link that confirms that? Because I've got nothing or heard nothing or seen nothing that confirms that esports gaming rules. So unfortunately, again, thank you for the bit donations, but I'm not going to read that unconfirmed. So if you could please send a link that confirms that, I'd highly appreciate it.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about now.
What?
Hang on.
So moving forward,
is it just a picture?
what? When it was coming up when I type in raw tapings?
Yeah.
No, it'll come up with, I'll just say it, chicks getting rammed raw dog style.
Oh, I'm not seeing that.
I am. I'll show you later.
No, thanks. I'm good.
I wasn't going to, trust me. You don't want to see it. Anywho, back to Raw. Oof.
I don't think I see any of that on Twitter.
Anyways, there's a Gunther video called Cody a Gutless Champion. Rose dragged another close friend into his business. This time it's Randy Orton. Gunther suggested that Rhodes pull Orton aside and ask him what it felt like to be choked out by him, because Rhodes would be next. Rhodes is going to wake up and finally realize that he is the secondary champion. Good video. Tyler Bates currently out with an injury. Believe he had surgery. I can.
He's gonna be out for a while though. Like he had torn pec, right?
Yep.
Yeah, he's gonna be out for a while.
Torn pec, had surgery in September. That's at least 8 months.
As far as the Cody Gunther stuff, I think Gunther's winning.
Do you?
Oh yeah, I think Gunther's gonna win because I think KO's gonna cost Cody the match, and it's gonna set up a Cody KO match at War Games.
No. Cody KO is supposed to be Saturday night's main event. That's what's being discussed. Saturday night's main event for Cody KO. And then Priest and Gunther also at Saturday night's main event. That's what Meltzer reported on Friday. Moving forward, we had a 6.5 minute match. It was Ivy Nile versus Zelina Vega. Creed brothers were out there. Joaquin Wilde and Cruz del Toro were also out there. So Vega hit a dive, and they went to a break Not even a minute in. Like, it was less than a minute in, it felt like. After the break, Vega missed two moonsaults. No, missed a moonsault, hit another one, kind of hit it, I guess you would say, and went for the pin, got a 2 off of it. Brutus Creed then distracted the referee, so Julius prevented Vega from going for the code red. Basically, Brutus jumped up on the apron, distracted the referee. Brutus grabbed Ivy, held her, and that way Zelina couldn't flip her over for the code red. Zelina then kind of fell over. Ivy then hit her with a spinning Uranagi and pinned her to pick up the victory after the Creeds and the LWO were fighting on the outside. So, not a bad match. I thought these two actually worked pretty well together. It was a little better than I expected. What'd you think?
Oh, yeah, I thought it was pretty good. I mean, I don't know if I expected Ivy to win.
Honestly, I felt like this match didn't really matter. But going into it, now we know it does matter because it's building up American Made versus the LWO, as we see later.
Yeah.
So Jimmy asked Jay backstage, how's chat went with Sammy? Jay said, and he told Zayn he's not in the family. Jimmy was like, "Whoa, well, he's not. Like, you ain't wrong." Jay then stood up for Zayn and said that he was always there with me. Even when you left, Sammy was still by my side. Jimmy could tell Jay was bothered. So he's like, you know what? Let me go talk to Sammy. Let me try to smooth things over. Let me see what I can figure out. I'll go apologize, whatnot. And Jay's like, no, we don't need any of that. I don't like that idea. And Jay's like, I just want to talk to him. That's all it's going to be. So Seth Rollins then goes down to the ring. This was awesome. This was great. So Seth comes out. He said he's monster hunting. He said, quote, "Make no mistake about it, Bronson Reed is a monster, but so am I." And I'm like, oh, we haven't seen this kind of a feisty Seth Rollins in a while. He said Reed reminded him what he's actually capable of. He said, quote, "Gotta be honest with you, Hershey, I kind of like it. Like, he likes what Bronson Reed is bringing out of him, this aggression and anger." Reed then appeared on the big screen. Reed promised Pierce that they wouldn't touch. They would never repeat of last week. No chaos in the arena. But you know what? He ain't in the arena. Reed's outside. He's waiting for Rollins. Well, Rollins said, time to go monster hunting. He went to go find Bronson in the parking lot, right outside the parking garage. Rollins left the ring. He found Reed. They chucked aside some security guards before Reed tossed Rollins into a car. They were next to one of the production trucks, the big semi trucks. Rollins slammed the trailer door in Reed's face before giving him a curb stomp on the hood of the car. Rollins began cutting a promo into the camera, but stopped upon realizing, oh, I haven't taken this fool out yet. He's back on his feet. Rollins then super kicked Reed and hit him on the head with a wooden crate. Rollins went inside the trailer, where Reed chucked a trash can right in his face. Reed grabbed Rollins and gave him a DVD off the trailer and threw a bunch of tables, which you could tell had a crash pad under it. Crowd starts chanting, holy shit. Officials and everybody start checking on the two. And then Reed got up and backed away on his own as they were still checking on Seth. This was freaking awesome. I love these just random Bronson Reed brawls with guys. What'd you think?
Oh, yeah, I thought this was pretty good. These two are going to have a great match at Crown Jewel.
Like, I don't want it to be, but I almost want it to be a street fight, like just a falls count anywhere match. But at
Who
the
do
same
you
time,
think wins?
Probably Seth.
I mean, as much as I want Bronson Reed to win, it's probably not going to happen.
Yeah.
I want Bronson Reed to win, so that way we could get Bronson versus Gunther for the world title.
Well, next in line for the world title is going to be Damian Priest. So Reed, they can build him up down the line. So we go backstage, and R-Truth is approaching the Alpha Academy. He said they look a lot better without that short, ugly guy who screamed at them all the time. Otis said, Master Cable? The Truth responded, you can't say that on TV. I didn't get the joke. Did you?
Nah, I didn't get the joke.
Yeah. Miz then approaches, and Truth kind of got defensive for a second. He's like, hey, whoa, hey, I'm sorry. Want to apologize. Cross got in my head. He got me all twisted up, and I didn't know what I was doing. I'm sorry, Truth. Remember, we're boys, former tag team champions. Awesome, Truth. Maxine's like, hey, don't listen to him. Miz is like, you're going to listen to them? He said, quote, yeah, don't listen to a former champion, but you're going to listen to Snow White and the two dorks? Truth then stopped Otis and Tozawa from trying to get at Miz because they got pissed off at that. And Truth was like, we're cool. And so it looked like him and Miz were all good. They dapped it up or whatever. And she was like, Miz, I got something for you. And he looks down, comes up, boom, slaps the dog piss out of Miz. Then he looks at Miz and goes, good luck with the Wyatts. Y'all gonna die. Crowd laughed. He walked off. Pete Dunne was then standing nearby. And he literally goes, what's up, Butch? You seen Pete? And that segment ended. Okay. I'm gonna get it. Truth stood up for himself. He ain't gonna get, tricked by the Miz again. I like that part. I don't know why are they screwing with Pete Dunne so much?
I don't know.
He literally said, quote, what's up, Butch? You seen Pete?
I don't know what they're going to do with Pete Dunne next. I really don't.
I don't know. But what did you think of this segment?
It was funny. I'll say that. It was funny.
I like the Snow White and the two dorks line. That got me. Also, speaking of Truth, I retweeted it today, but did you see the video that Truth posted with the New Day from the WWE headquarters on Instagram?
I did not.
So, basically, they're all like in the gym at the headquarters, and Truth walks up to Kofi. He's like, Kofi, what's up? Da, da, da. And then Woods tries to be like, hey, how's it going? Like, try to be cool with him. And he just walks right past Woods, and Woods is like, oh, I think he's still mad at me. I thought that was a funny one. Oh, we got a couple more bit donations here from Esports Gaming Rules. He says, do you think American made the WWE stable for the new Trump's America? No, it has nothing to do with the election. It's just Chad Gable is a former Olympian, so any group he's in is going to have the word America or American in it. He also says Bronson Reed still wish Okada is in WWE, but he got his quote Austin 316 moment and 6 tsunamis on Seth. So did you hear Bronson Reed tell the story of the 6 tsunamis on Seth and how it wasn't supposed to be 6?
No.
So Bronson Reed tells the story of he was supposed to go out there and tsunami Seth twice. But the crowd was reacting so big that Triple H kept calling to the ref, tell him to do another. Tell him to do another. One more. Because it was just, the crowd was so over with the crowd that they just called the audible. Triple H did in the moment was like, go again. Do another one. Another one. I'm like, oh, that's how you play up to the crowd. And yeah, that's knowing your audience in the moment and being able to change things up on the fly and having 2 pros in there that aren't going to get confused by, but that wasn't the plan. Move forward. You get a tag teams and the New Day and all that. A triple threat match. Number 1 contenders match for the World Tag Team Championships. It was the LWO. It was the War Raiders. I said Viking Raiders in my preview because, well, it's kind of just been habit for a while now. And it was the LWO's Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee. Well, there was a moment at one point in this match where Rey went to tag Dragon Lee, but Woods knocked Dragon Lee off the apron. The crowd lightly booed him, and he started getting all mad, going, Hey, what? Why are you booing me? What did I do? So, like, the crowd's slowly starting to turn on Woods. And Woods is playing it up like, I didn't do no wrong. I'm not the bad guy here. So Kingston tagged in and gave Ivar and Ray a leg drop before giving Ray an SOS. Everyone traded moves until Kingston wiped everybody out with the trust fall dive. This led to our second break of the match. This match itself did go, I forgot to say, 17 and a half minutes. By the time we got the second break, I wrote roughly 9 to 10 minutes in. Dragon Lee tagged in after the break and gave Kingston a double foot stomp and a DDT on Ivar. Ray then brought Ivar off the ropes with a Hurricane Rana, while Dragon Lee gave Kingston a sit-out powerbomb. Lee covered Kingston, but Woods broke up the cover. Kingston then gave Lee a backbreaker and set up for the double team finish. Woods went to the top, but dropped back down upon seeing Ray enter the ring. Kingston was confused as Woods went straight after Ray, but Ray dropped the top rope and Woods fell out of the ring. Like, Woods has got some sort of vendetta against Ray. I don't even get it. Anywho, Ray then went for a 619, but as he bounced off the ropes, Chad Gable grabbed him, tripped him up, and put him in a goddamn ankle lock on the outside. Couldn't escape. This then led to Eric and Ivar hitting a double team combo German suplex springboard clothesline kind of deal. It was a crazy move. Basically, Ivar threw Kofi at Eric. Eric grabbed him in like a German suplex position, but like high. Like, hold on. I can demonstrate this. Basically, this is Eric. He grabbed Kofi like way up here, right? So he's got Kofi like way up here. And then Eric jumps off the ropes, springboard clothesline maneuver. They pin Kofi, bada bing, bada boom. War Raiders, new number one contenders, the tag team titles.
I like the way you demonstrated that.
Why? I would have had a third. I would have had a third one to be Ivar, but I can't find my Nick Jackson. The kids were playing with them earlier.
Have you seen the WWE ones that are like much bigger?
Well, these ones came in a loot crate, wrestle crate.
I want to get a wrestle crate, honestly.
Yeah, those ones came in a wrestle crate.
I just don't have the money right now.
Yeah, they came with this was maybe 2017. It came with the Elite. It was Kenny and both Bucks. I've got a Nick Jackson somewhere. I just don't know where it is. Like I said, the kids were playing with them, but I want to keep them more close by because if I ever want to, because I've had to always like find random things to demonstrate like that to explain. But yeah, these are like perfect size for right on camera, and yeah.
Are those like the same crates on like Pro Wrestling Tees?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. I want to get one, honestly. I just don't really have the money to spend. I don't want to like, I think you have to subscribe in order to get one.
You could just do a month or cancel afterwards. We were sponsored for a little while, so they would send them and we would review them and whatnot.
We should get another sponsorship. But yeah, I think the World Raiders should they should win the tag titles.
Well, I think it's time for like, I don't want to say the Judgment Day to implode and break up, but it's time for them to find a little more, what's the word I'm looking for? Hard times, I guess.
Yeah. So what's with the rumor that they might take away a member of the Judgment Day, and everyone keeps saying it's going to be Carlito?
That's what Wrestle Votes were reported. That Carlito may be eventually pulled from Judgment Day because they're adding more people. They added Raquel. Now the group's kind of just getting a little too big. The feeling is the group might be getting a little too big, and Carlito's the odd man out, basically.
So what the heck are they going to do with Carlito then after?
Maybe a singles run? I don't know.
I feel like if Carlito was out of there, he's just going to get lost in the shuffle.
I hope not.
Most likely, if I had to guess. Throw him in NXT.
That'd be fun. You can go down there, help teach, mentor. I don't know. We'll see. It was said that it's not anything like super imminent, though. But it was something that they were thinking about doing. Dodgers about to win this game. 4-0 in the bottom of the ninth. All I got to do is hold off these goddamn Yankees. 2 more outs. Anyways, Miz goes and complains to Adam Pearce in the back until he was approached by Karrion Kross, along with Scarlett, AOP, no Paul Ellering. Remember last week, Paul Ellering was taken out by Uncle Howdy. Kross wanted Miz to help find Bo Dallas, and Miz is like, no, I'm good. And Kross said, you help? Or else we break your legs. Crowd kind of lightly chanted, break his leg, break his leg, break his leg. I'm like, ooh. Crowd's got no sympathy for Miz. So Jimmy was walking towards the exit of the building, and as he walked out of the arena, saw Sami Zayn speaking in the parking lot with Solo Sikoa. Jay would walk up and go, speak to Sammy yet? He goes, no, I haven't, because of this. And he points over to what he had just seen. They both seem very surprised. And Jimmy told Jay they need to do this. Just them and Roman. And Jay, with a kind of upset look on his face, went, yeet. So there's something going on with Sammy. That they think he's going to align with Solo because earlier, remember, he said Roman's the worst of them when Jay was trying to say Solo's the worst of them, where it's like, is Solo really the worst of them? Or does Solo just find him some motherfuckers that could beat people up for him? Worse than the Usos can. What are your thoughts?
I don't know, honestly. I really don't.
Yeah, it's a confusing one. I thought, I don't know. It's hard. I think I know where it's all leading to. Eventually, Sammy's going to be with the OG Bloodline, of course. But what if Roman's the one that gets Sammy in? And it's like, no, we need Sammy. After all that, Sammy was always there for us, even when we treated him bad. I could see it. So then we go on to our main event match. It went 9 minutes. Dominic Mysterio versus Damian Priest. Dom hit a suicide dive ahead of a break about 2 minutes in or so. Tried to go for 3 amigos after the break, but Priest, I don't know why I always do that. Priest countered the last one into a Falcon Arrow. Priest followed this up with a flatliner and got a 2 off of it. Dom escaped the ring. Priest tackled him over in the announce table. Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez would run down to distract the referee while McDonough and Carlito attacked Priest. Priest fought them off and attacked them with a chair. Remember, ref wasn't looking. But he did see when Priest had the chair in his hand. The ref yelled at Priest not to use it. But because Priest never used it on Dom, all good. All good. So I had somebody on Twitter go, they made the ref look stupid tonight. Yet you didn't say anything about it, but you always say when they make the AEW refs look stupid. Not the same thing. I say the AEW refs look stupid when there's somebody cheating and the refs just, you can see them watching. Here, we saw Liv and Raquel distract the referee, and by the time that he saw Priest with the chair, Priest wasn't going after Dom with the chair. He was going after the others with the chair. Oh, Yankees just scored 2. Are they going to come back? Anyways. So Carlito then came down to the ring. Priest was with Priest distracted here. Dom caught him in a schoolboy, pulled the tights as hard as he could, and pinned him 1, 2, 3. So yeah, Dirty Dom wins the match and essentially could get himself a shot at the world champion Gunther. What did you think of the match before we get into the post-match?
Match was all right. It was fine, but I think if he does get that match with Gunther, it's just going to be like, he's not going to win it.
No.
It's either going to be a Gunther squash match or Priest is going to like cost him the match.
Yeah, I can see that. Exactly what I was thinking. I'm leaning more towards on the side of Gunther's going to go in there, screw with Dom, and then just squash him. That's what I think. What were you gonna say?
Oh, that's all I had. I think. Oh, actually, I think it would make more sense if Priest screwed him over.
Dom or Gunther?
Oh,
yeah. Esports Gaming rolls with another bit donation. He says, love when Wade Barrett says Raw is war for the War Raiders. Hope Pat McAfee say it on Raw's move to Netflix. So the match ends. Dom tries to bail, and Priest grabs him and hits him with the Razor's Edge. Priest is about to leave after hearing Lillian Garcia announce Dom is the winner. Priest returned and got pissed. They started attacking people with a chair. Carlito tried to save Dom, but Priest chokeslammed them both. The rest of Judgment Day, minus Finn Balor, who never came out, which is interesting, helped Dom out of the ring. Dom was barely moving, but managed to raise his hand in victory. Priest sarcastically applauded, winner! And that's how the show went off the air. But again, something to look at there. Finn was not a fan of Dom doing the match. Finn was not a fan of Dom trying to go after the title, wanting a world title shot. Finn is now the next one to get pushed out, to leave the Judgment Day? I don't know. It's just very interesting that... Oh, nope. Game over. Dodgers win. Whoop, whoop. Anyways, it's just very interesting that Finn is now kind of distancing himself today. What are your thoughts on that? You think Finn's on his way out?
No.
No?
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, everyone keeps saying Carlito, but I don't think it's... I mean, there'd be better reasoning if it was Finn, because Finn's the one that keeps losing.
Right.
But I don't want it to be Finn.
All right, if you are watching live on Twitch, poll is now live as we go refresh the other polls as well. Also, again, I'm not a Dodger fan, but as a California person, you never root for the Yankees. So, yeah. Even though Aaron Judge did play baseball for Fresno State, just saying, I've watched Aaron Judge in person a couple times during his college days. But as far as polls do go, let's refresh all of these. Why am I not finding? There it is. We have this one here. We have, as far as the threads poll does go, 67% liked the show, 33% thought it was just all right, and nobody disliked it. Looking at the Twitter X poll, 59% liked the show, 33% thought it was just all right, and 7% didn't like it. As far as the YouTube community poll, 78% liked the show, 16% thought it was just all right, and 7% didn't like it. Prince says, yay, no more Judgment Day. I don't know about that one. Prince says, Damian got his payback on them without no Finn. Help his buddies out there. Nah, this one's not really. Judgment Day are gonna break up soon. Is basically what they're saying. Prince says they need to stop the whole Judgment Day stuff. Prince says Dogwater show. This person says is pretty good. Looking at the YouTube live poll, 76% liked the show, 19% thought it was just all right, and 5% didn't like it. And finally on Twitch, 75% liked the show, 25% thought it was just all right. But with that, guys, I want to say thank you for joining us here at twitch.tv/PWU Unlimited, youtube.com/Pro Wrestling Unlimited, and podcast services all around the globe like Stitcher, Spotify, Google Pod, Apple Pod, Anchor, iHeartRadio, and so much more. Luke, tell them where they can find you.
You can find me over at Twitter X at Petke_21. And you can also find me over at Twitch at Young Grasshopper Luke.
With that, guys, have a great night. Be back on Wednesday for Fright Night Dynamite. And so with that, have a great time. And we'll see you next time. Have a good one, guys.